It's a new year and a new chance for you to make a fresh start with your compliance. For the next 31 days on the FCPA Compliance Report, we're going to be bringing you a daily tip, strategy, or idea that you can use to improve your program. Here's your host, Tom Fox, the Compliance Evangelist.
This month's sponsor of 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program is Affiliated Monitors. Founded in 2004, Affiliated Monitors provides professional, independent, integrity monitoring and ethics and compliance assessments nationally and internationally and across almost all industries. With its knowledge of effective ethics and compliance programs and cultures, Affiliated Monitors is respected for its work as the corporate monitor on matters ranging from multinational corporations to small and mid-sized companies and even individuals. Having served in over 750 monitorships, no one has more experience as an independent monitor than the team at Affiliated Monitors. For more information on how an independent monitor can help improve your company's ethics and compliance program, visit this month's sponsor, Affiliated Monitors, at www.affiliatedmonitors.com.
Freight forwarders. The FCPA world is literally littered with cases involving freight forwarders, brokers, and agents in the shipping and express delivery arena. Both the Department of Justice and Securities and Exchange Commission have aggressively pursued third-party business relationships where bribery and corruption have been found in this industry. This is particularly true where companies are required to deliver goods into a foreign country through the assistance of a freight forwarder or express delivery service. There are several major risk points to consider, which include location, customs and other governmental agencies, aviation and postal regulators, business promotion expenditures for foreign government officials, agents and sub-agents, and government accounts. How can a company respond to protect itself or at least reduce the potential FCPA risks with regards to a logistics company, freight forwarder, or express delivery company? Obviously, having a thorough risk assessment program and due diligence are critical. After determining the risk, move to perform due diligence upon this risk or based upon this risk. However, there are several general questions you should ask, both internally and externally to your prospective vendor. Number one, relationship. What is your relationship with the third party? Is it purely arm's length? Is it a sales agent making a solicitation? Is it a consortium, which may lower risk? Is it a partnership of a JV? If so, what is your control? Is it a subcontractor or a supplier? All of these have different risk levels. 2, business formation. What is the character of the third party? Is it a U.S.-based company subject to a robust national compliance law? Is it public? Is it private? Who else do they represent? What has been their length of time in business? Who are the principals and are they governed by, or are they governmental officials? 3, compensation. How do you compensate the third party? Is it bonus-based, paid at time of conclusion of the transaction? Will the representative have an expense account? If so, how is it given to them? For instance, will you pay a lump sum versus verified expenditures? How will they be paid in local currency, into a bank account, cash, or check? What is the level of compensation? How are you overcompensating based upon the market? If so, are you taking a chance that the third party could share it with others? 4, location. What is the geographic location, and is it one of the usual suspects on the Transparency International Corruption Perception Index? 5, industry. What is the industry or sector that you are engaged in? This can be a significant risk because certain industries and sectors such as infrastructure, medical, defense contractors are facing increased scrutiny. Process. By what process does the business opportunity arise? What is the bidding process? Who invited you? Is it an open bid? Did you respond to an RFP? Did you compromise your own standards to bid? Is there a mandated partner assigned by the foreign government? After you answer some or all of these questions, investigate your risks and evaluate them. You should incorporate these findings into a contract with appropriate compliance terms and conditions. The contract should announce to the third-party freight forwarder express supplier of your expectations regarding their compliance program. The contract should allow for the management of the compliance relationship, require training and certification by a verified provider or by your company's relationship manager, and ensure third-party compliance with your company's program. Almost every business transaction engaged by a freight forwarder, express delivery service, or customs brokers outside the United States involves a foreign government official. Every time your company moves raw material into or out of a country, there is an interaction with a foreign government official in the form of a customs official. Every customs transaction involves a payment to a foreign government, and every transaction involves some form of foreign governmental regulatory process. While the individual payment per transaction can be small, the amount of the total transactions can be quite high if a large volume of goods is imported into a foreign country. Conversely, interacting with international tax authorities can present problems similar to those with customs officials, but the stakes can be much higher since tax transactions may be less in frequency but higher in financial risk. These types of risks include evaluation of raw materials for value-added tax purposes, such as materials are incorporated into a final product, or the task of segregation between goods to be sold on the foreign country's domestic market as opposed to those which may be shipped through a free trade zone for sales outside that company's. So what are today's three key takeaways? Well, number one, express delivery services and freight forwarders continue to present unique compliance risks. Two, there must be a business justification to bring on a new express delivery service or freight forwarder in a high-risk jurisdiction. And three, consider constructing a risk matrix in this area. This will go a long way towards helping you have a thoughtful and documented process that may persuade the DOJ or SEC to grant you a declination if you do have a violation going forward.
If I could ask you to do so, would you pass on to at least one person this podcast series on the nuts and bolts of compliance, as I'm trying to expand my audience base for 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance program. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow, where I take up another topic in innovation in compliance. Thanks again for listening. 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance program is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.